Right now, without even thinking about it, you're doing something absolutely remarkable. You're breathing. Every single second, your body is pulling in the oxygen it needs to keep your heart beating, your brain thinking, and your muscles moving. The respiratory system is your body's breathing engine, a beautifully designed network of airways, muscles, and tiny air sacs that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from the moment you're born until your very last breath. Today, we're going to take a journey through that system, from your nose all the way down to the microscopic world inside your lungs. Let's breathe in and begin. Our journey starts the moment air enters your body, through your nose or mouth. Your nose is actually the preferred entry point, and for good reason. Inside your nostrils, tiny hairs called cilia act like a doorman, trapping dust, pollen, and other particles before they can sneak any further. The mucous membranes lining your nasal passages then go to work warming and moistening that incoming air, so it arrives at your lungs at just the right temperature and humidity. Your mouth can also let air in, useful when you're exercising hard and need more oxygen fast, but it doesn't have the same built-in filtration system. That's why breathing through your nose is generally healthier. From the nose and mouth, air travels down into the pharynx. That's your throat, a shared passageway for both air and food. This is where a clever little flap called the epiglottis plays a crucial role. Every time you swallow, the epiglottis folds down like a trap door to cover your airway, making sure food and drink take the correct route to your stomach. When it fails, that's when you get that uncomfortable, going down the wrong pipe feeling. Just below the pharynx sits the larynx, also known as the voice box. This is where your vocal cords live, vibrating as air passes through to create the sound of your voice. Past the larynx, air enters the trachea, your windpipe. Run your fingers gently down the front of your throat and you can actually feel it. A firm tube reinforced with C-shaped rings of cartilage that keep it open so it never collapses, no matter how you move. The trachea is like a highway for air, and just like a highway, it splits. At a point called the carina, the trachea forks into two branches, the left and right bronchi, each heading into one of your lungs. Inside your lungs, the bronchi keep branching into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles, like an upside-down tree getting finer and finer toward the tips of its branches. Your right lung is slightly larger than your left. The left makes a little room for your heart. Together, though, your lungs fill most of your chest cavity. They have a soft, spongy texture, and that sponginess is the clue to just how much surface area is packed inside. The bronchioles continue branching until they reach the tiniest structures in your respiratory system, and some of the most important in your entire body. At the tips of those bronchioles hang clusters of tiny air sacs called alveoli, and they look just like bunches of miniature grapes. There are approximately 300 million alveoli in a pair of human lungs. Their walls are incredibly thin, just 1 cell thick, and they're wrapped in a dense net of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. This close contact between air and blood is no accident. It's the key to everything your respiratory system is built to do. Here's the mind-blowing part. If you could unfold all those alveoli and lay them flat, the total surface area would be roughly the size of a tennis court. All of that folded neatly inside your chest. This is where the magic happens. As fresh air fills the alveoli, oxygen diffuses through those paper-thin walls and into the surrounding capillaries, where it binds to a protein in your red blood cells called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin acts like a molecular taxi, grabbing oxygen molecules and ferrying them through your bloodstream to every organ, tissue, and cell in your body. At the same time, the blood arriving at the capillaries is carrying a waste gas, carbon dioxide, produced by your cells as they generate energy. That CO2 diffuses out of the blood, into the alveoli, and gets carried back up and out of your body with the next exhale. In and out. Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. Every single breath. So what actually drives this whole process? The answer lies below your lungs, a dome-shaped muscle called the diaphragm. When you inhale, your diaphragm contracts and flattens downward, while your intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribs, pull your rib cage upward and outward. This expands your chest cavity, lowering the air pressure inside, and air rushes in to fill the space. When you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and springs back up, your rib cage drops, and the air is pushed gently out. It's a beautifully coordinated pump, running automatically whether you're asleep, awake, or deep in thought, though you can also take conscious control of it whenever you want. Let's recap the journey. Air enters through the nose or mouth, passes the epiglottis and larynx, travels down the trachea, branches through the bronchi and bronchioles, fills the alveoli, and delivers oxygen to the blood while picking up carbon dioxide to exhale. And here are a couple of fun facts to take with you. The average person takes around 20,000 breaths every single day. And those lungs of yours? They contain enough alveoli to cover a full-size tennis court. Your respiratory system is always working, always adapting, whether you're running a race or sitting quietly reading. It's one of the most elegant systems in the human body. So next time you take a deep breath, appreciate the incredible machinery making it possible.